Hello, let's start doing processes of evolution, bacterial resistance. So we can use antibiotics. We use more antibiotics in food, like chickens, meat, and things. We have a lot of bacteria in our meat that's antibiotic resistant, biotic resistant. Why is it a problem? Because we don't have it makes antibiotics less effective, which means more people die. Alleles, they make us special. You have diformism, which is two forms, which is like we can use dihybrid crosses and and monohybrid crosses or Punnett squares for these, but here polymerism is many forms, which is things like skin, eye color. Allele frequency. Oh, we have to talk about allele frequency. So it's how much of an allele is in the gene pool. Microevolution is changes in allele frequency. So let's look at the Hardy-Weinberg equation. Actually, I'm gonna put it. If you need help with that, you just need to scroll far enough. I can't explain it really well, so I'm just gonna let. Here, this video right here about the Hardy-Weinberg equation, just watch that one. I'm not gonna go in depth. Yeah, really, I'm just watch the video. So mutations happen. We have neutral mutations that do not do anything. We have good mutations and lethal mutations. So let's talk about gene flow. It's the movement of alleles. So it results in change or stabilization of alleles, like wind or animal transfer pollen from one plant to another over a great distance. So we're gonna see how alleles change. So let's talk about mechanisms that alter allele frequency. So genetic drift is chance alone. It's chance. Only randomness occurs for this red and blue. They're half and half, but the blue only by chance become more dominant. Once they start becoming more dominant, they'll slowly become the only one. So this is by chance alone. Genetic drift, chance alone. Bottleneck is when something drastic happens and only tiny amount survive. They'll reproduce, and you can see how the red didn't make it, so there is no red. And founder effect is they inbreed, which causes a lot of harmful recessive alleles. Natural selection does not create genetic changes in individuals. Natural selection is the passing down of traits and how surviving helps you pass down traits. It doesn't affect you. Actions on individuals, but it's not on individuals, it's population, and it's not good. Natural selection isn't supposed to make things good. It does not make the organism better. It's just by chance. Favoring the best adaptations. Adaptations are things that help you survive and reproduce. Things like select for preferred genotype and phenotype, influenced by living and non-living components of an environment. Competition, predator and prey help select. So all of these things are adaptations that help you. So if you can survive a predator better, you'll be able to reproduce. And that's an adaptation if you're able to get more food, things like that. Natural selection and its influence on diversity. So sexual selection, you can see how these peacocks, these are peacocks, right?
Yeah, you're right. Peacocks.
Okay, peacocks, right? You see how their large tails, they're able to get mates, but predators can see them better. So they're going to eat more peacocks like this, but because they are like this, they can reproduce more. So this is an example when natural selection isn't helping you, and it's called sexual selection. This is an example of sexual selection. Multiple alleles is like sickle cell anemia and malaria. Because these sickle cells aren't very strong and they're just weird, if they get infected by malaria, the immune system can easily kill them. So a lot of people in West Africa have sickle cell anemia. So let's talk about the modes of natural selection. We got stabilization selection, directional. Stabilizing is that you find something that's good, so you're gonna keep at there. So fat weavers are not good. Thinner weavers are not good, so we're gonna stay in the middle and perfect the middle path. Directional is one way. We're gonna move to one way. So minimize population by blocking vitamin K. So directional, we're moving. If we look at this graph, this is stabilizing. I don't like this picture. This picture looks directional is number 1, but you can see they're all moving to one direction, and some examples of directional is the colors change to the exact opposite, maybe for camouflage. And disruptive is what's working doesn't work, but what happens around it, like small beaks work and large beaks work, so both sides, but medium beaks don't work, so both sides go. So this 1 is directional because it's moving to one direction, 2 is stabilizing because it's in the middle, and 3 is directional because you could have is not in the middle, it's moving both directions. And we're done already. That's a fast one.